So look, last week was a special two-parter. If you haven't listened to it yet, we absolutely railed on a new Netflix film that was so bad you don't need to watch it. Just
really
watch
was.
Just listen to the podcast. Go back and listen to that if you missed it. But this week we thought we'd get back to the usual shindiggery, and we'd take we got a few suggestions from some of you guys that have been listening, suggestions as to what we should talk about in the show. And in the interest of democracy, we're gonna fucking just do that. We're just gonna
do it because
so
today.
There's... Yeah. Oh yeah. Go. Oh sorry, mate. Oh yeah.
Sorry,
go.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Oh no. I was just going to say that, but one stood out. One really punched through the bunch.
Yeah, it did. Well, I wasn't going to not get there, mate. I wasn't just gonna be like, we got some suggestions. I won't tell you any of them. We're not going to do any of them.
No, but all I'm saying is that there were a lot, but we don't need to faff around with a few. We're just going in one. We're going in hard and fast with one.
We're going with one. Look, it may be 200 degrees outside, but it is 1 degree inside. Because
in my heart.
Because there is one suggestion we'll be doing. So, without further ado, we're going to be talking today. This one was suggested by my good friend Owen, Duke of Thumbs. If you're listening, I hope you're well, and I hope you haven't melted into the ground, mate.
Yeah.
But he suggested he just asked simply, what would be the best way to ruin someone else's birthday party? What would be your method?
Great question.
I mean, it's a fantastic question, really.
It keeps me up at night.
It keeps me up every night, all the time, 24/7. So what better thing to do than allocate 50 minutes of discussion?
Yeah, I have to say, earlier on, Maddie, my girlfriend, asked me, what are you going to talk about on the podcast tonight? And I said, best ways to ruin a birthday party. And she said, how are you going to fill a podcast with that? And I struck her.
And she's on the floor.
She will never speak up again. No, but I said, look, if anyone's going to fill 50 minutes with shit about how to ruin a birthday party, it's us.
Yeah, look, we're going to do it, mate. Look, in fact, I revel in the opportunity. On a bi-weekly basis, I talk about what would ruin birthday parties to a high degree. Yeah, man, it's going to be game-changing. So, look, before we get directly straight into it, just a reminder to follow us on whatever you're listening on. Leave a review if you're on Apple Podcasts because it helps us out. And go and follow us on all our socials at AFNP Pod. On any socials you can fucking dig, mate. You do it. Shake a stick at it, you can fucking click it.
Shake a stick at your laptop screen, hit it with the stick to follow.
That's hit it. The new way.
Laptop screens aren't touch screens, so...
No, they're not.
So hitting it with I actually think hitting a touch screen with a stick probably wouldn't have the same. Do you know what?
Just follow us. Don't use a stick thing. Just use your fingers, mate.
Right. So getting into best ways to ruin a birthday party. I don't know about you, but I think, Stuart, that we tackle it like this: we get a bunch out, and then at the end, we pick out of everything we've spoken about the definitive best. Okay. Each of us. We say which is the best way to ruin a birthday party.
I like your style. I do want to raise the issue that I can't guarantee I'll remember a word you have said.
Well, no, but hopefully you'd like to think that if the best one was said,
if it was,
it would stick.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, let's roughly stick to that.
Okay, let's just fucking rail some off, mate.
Yeah, if it
Nick,
falls apart, we can.
Let me throw it to you first, then, Nick.
Okay.
If there was a birthday party coming up.
Yeah.
What would you do to ruin it? And I want to know, you can get into specifics. What's the situation? What's happening at this party?
Okay. Well, I'll just come out of the bat first. First off, I'm going to keep it simple here. Shit somewhere that isn't the toilet. Okay, I think I think it's universal, and it doesn't really matter what party you're at. Is the beauty of this one. If you're right, so if you're at a party, it doesn't matter, public venue, all right, house party, Wendy, the six-year-old niece's bar mitzvah, all of the above will work, because all you have to do, and this is the beauty of this one, it's very simple, is just not shit in the toilet. And by that I mean, just take a shit on something. Yeah. It doesn't even have to be in the bathroom.
Because the beauty of that, I like that, Nick, because the beauty of that is that like there's very few things that are as immediately unsettling as a poop that doesn't belong there.
Well, exactly. And I've actually written down a little bit of an explanation to myself when I was making notes earlier.
I love that you needed an explanation.
Yeah,
Simply the answer, shit, where there isn't a toilet. And I'm going to need to remember how that I've justified that.
If anyone's ever shitting in somewhere where there's an event happening, it's ruining that event if the shit is not in the toilet.
Of course.
So I've just got, not only will it be just an awful thing to do in terms of smell, that's the first one, right?
Well, what if perchance you did a shit that didn't smell?
Well, I think
so that's out of the.
But I think even if you did a shit that didn't smell, because if you think about the scale of smelliness of poo, all right, even the bottom end is a different smell to whatever the ambient smell of that party is. You know,
and I think there's also certainly an argument to be made that when it comes to poop, you very much do smell with your eyes, don't you?
You do.
You very much do. You see a stonking great shit. It doesn't matter if it doesn't actually smell.
It's true. You know
don't
it's
like
a
it
shit.
being in your nostrils. I think it's the knowledge that there's shit.
It's the knowledge that there's shit. If there's a poo there, your brain connects the dots, all right?
Oh, it does, yeah.
So I had down that, right, firstly, not only does it smell, it will smell, all right? This is the main point, which is why I think it specifically is a good way to ruin a party, right?
Yeah, okay.
Is that, right, let's, for example, this is a birthday party, all right?
Right.
Stephen is having a birthday party, right? Everyone's there having a great time. If you took a shit somewhere other than the bathroom, in the toilet even,
right,
it would 100% definitively sidetrack all conversation at that party away from Stephen, and it would ruin his birthday party.
Yeah, well, no doubt. I mean, you don't want to be the guy that had a shit.
You don't want to be the guy
in the kitchen at his party.
Exactly, because for the rest of the party, from the event of taking a poo not in the toilet, everyone's going to be wondering who did it. Why did they do it? The most important question. Why did someone take a shit not in the toilet at Stephen's birthday party? And that's going to be enough to fuel the conversation for the rest of the night and take the attention away from Stephen, thus ruining his birthday party.
That's good. And actually, Nick, that's quite a good segue to what I want to bring up as my immediate gut reaction to this question.
Yeah.
And it will surprise no one, really. It's shit related as well.
Okay.
But you really touched on something interesting there. And that is, this whole idea of no one knows who did the shit.
No one knows.
So, mine wasn't quite as specific as yours in that it was specifying a location where one might partake in, relieving their bowels.
Yeah.
It was simply take a fat shit, but just never a bit to it.
Yeah, that's, definitely good.
So it's in many ways a similar sword to yours, but I think a different side to the same
so actually, wait, sorry, to really delve in on what you're saying. You're saying that the shit doesn't even have to not be in the toilet.
No,
you could just do it.
Is the beauty of it. I actually would go so far as to surmise that a shit, the very being of a shit, is pretty terrible at a party, one that is so monstrously just. Well, unbelievably bad. Mate. It's going to do its job anyway, without it being in or out the toilet.
I do think, but we are in the service of tackling, what the best way to ruin that birthday party. I do think that if you were to take a shit in a toilet in a birthday party, you're getting the shock factor. It's ruining that party, but you can flush it. Do you know what I mean? The next person can flush it. It's a brief episode.
No, but so this is what I'm talking. Specifically, I'm talking about a shit so big it won't flush. And also, so you really have to take time to really, train your bowel to be able to absolutely unleash a demon like that. But also with yours, I'm not here to deny that it isn't a fantastic and spectacular and indeed very creative way of ruining a party.
It would, yeah.
But what if it was, there's something almost fun about that. There's something almost comedic about a shit that isn't in a toilet that no one knows who did it. It might actually become, it might not, but it also might become very much a part of the very integral fabric of that party. The discussion may
you might have made the party.
The poo. You may
it might have been
in
shit.
Many ways,
Stephen might have had a shit birthday party.
This is it, Nick. You may have forgotten about that. But if you do a shit so big it won't flush in the toilet, you don't admit to it being the key part.
Yeah, you've angered.
You've angered many people. And the fact that you did it, but no one else knows really that you did it. This all sort of depends on how good a liar you are. But the seeds of doubt have been sown, Nick. And that I think in many ways is much more insidious to a party.
Do you know what it is? It's the shitting in the toilet. It's the shitting at a party version of I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
It's that, but with shits, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more offensive to do the simpler thing, which would be to put that shit in a toilet, not outside of the toilet.
Well, exactly, because also, look, right, you get to a party, these two scenarios. Scenario one being that someone shat in a kitchen floor outside of a toilet. Scenario B being someone's done a huge shit that won't flush in the toilet. Situation one, you think, right, this guy, this is very strange, no doubt, but this guy's clearly doing something to fuck with us. We could all maybe laugh at it.
Yeah.
Situation two, that is something much more sinister about a guy that's just done a big shit.
It is
he hasn't spent weeks planning where he's going to do it.
And the fact, although I will say, I want to say that the fact that they haven't owned up to it as well makes it even more ominous, because it could be anyone. It could be anyone in that party. But I would add on my point, there's no owning up to it as well. I should have mentioned that. You did mention that. You could choose to own up to it.
Yeah.
But that would make it funnier, because it makes it less.
I think we're certainly both in agreement that the phantom shitter is much more ominous than just, I did it. Yeah, I'm the guy that shat in the kitchen.
Exactly. Of course.
Do you shit at parties?
Have I shat at parties?
Yeah, do you do it? Do you shit at parties?
I've never done a shit at a party.
Neither.
As far as I can remember.
Well, obviously, when we were kids and we needed to shit.
Oh, we used to shit at parties all the time, mate. Look, mate, we were known as the party shitters.
It was just a cool thing to do, mate. It was just a done deal. Like, oh, here the Wilson brothers. Here they are. Don't even shake their hand or say hi. Let them straight through to the toilet.
Everyone needed to know our time of arrival, because they needed to lay down plastic everywhere, just in case we did it on arrival.
Sometimes we'd shit before we got there.
Oh my! And we'd bring it with us. No, we didn't
just do it in
the
toilet at home, and we just wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah. Look, right. So both of our first ones, shitting is the main thing.
You didn't ask me if I shit at parties.
Oh well, I just assumed you haven't.
Ask me.
Have you done a shit? Have you ever shat at a party?
No.
Oh.
What am I, a fucking maniac?
Well, yeah, that's what we just established.
No. In fact, why the hell did you even ask me? What the fuck, mate?
I'm so sorry.
Is the heat getting to you, mate?
The heat is getting to me.
Oh, mate, you shitting a party during this weather. Now you're onto a winner. Now you're onto a winner.
That's the thing. There's a lot of variables as well.
True.
That party will. If there was any chance that the party wasn't ruined by someone shitting in it, it's ruined if the temperature's above 28 degrees.
It would go down in the annals of history.
It truly would.
Or should I say the annals of history?
Right.
That's a rectum joke. Come on, Nick, get on to the next one.
Right, next one. Here we go. I'm going for a slightly more sinister, slightly more emotional.
Give me one so good that I'm terrified to ever throw a party again.
Okay. Publicly break up with the party thrower. So this one, I have to admit, I saw it on a Reddit discussion of the best things.
You went on Reddit?
No, I had a few, and I just thought there's got to be that. Reddit always comes through with just like a really extreme, and this one was just like, it just felt so personal.
I mean, it would absolutely do it.
There's also no explanation of it. It's just simply that. I think this would be a good way to ruin a birthday party, because if you got no matter what, even if you wanted to break up with, right, so if you're the party thrower, okay, it's your birthday party.
Yeah.
If someone breaks up with you publicly at that birthday party, even if you wanted to break up with them, the embarrassment of being broken up with in front of everyone, because of birthday parties, everyone you know and love,
they've done it.
They've done it. That would be the worst thing.
You know what? I actually think that would be because I agree that would be terrible.
Yeah.
On behalf of the party goer. No, sorry, on behalf of the party thrower.
Yeah.
But everyone else at the party, it's not going to really ruin it for them, right?
Yeah, but I think it... Right.
No, because, look, drama like that is many times the essence of a good party. You think back to the night, that was the night that so-and-so publicly humiliated so-and-so by breaking up with her in a party.
The key thing here is that...
good. But I think it would be all right for the party goer.
Yeah, but it's the person who's throwing the party. So if I was at a party and I saw someone whose birthday it was get broken up with in front of everyone, it's not like it was some rando David that broke up there, and you can just carry on with the party. It's like, that's the person who's throwing the party, so they're not going to be throwing the party anymore.
It would stop the party. Yeah,
it stops. Yeah, it would stop it becoming the birthday party of that person. Do you know what I mean?
I guess. Look, I know I do agree with you, and I'm not here to say that it wouldn't ruin the party in some ways, but I guess just like, how are we rating this? Because some of these have been like, look, everyone's gonna have a bad time.
But I guess
does that make it a better way to ruin a party, or is it
true.
The pointed, like, just the sheer
and also
tenacity of it?
Everyone's having a bad time with this, but not for as long as if you were to take a shit at a party.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I think there's just something about bodily fluids, isn't there?
There's just something about shit that ruins
there's
everything.
Something about shit that does ruin a lot of things. It touches.
There's no good scenario where taking a shit would help, unless
the situation was, I need to take a shit
and my gut hurts. Unless it's
I need to relieve myself by having
okay, I take it back.
That is a situation it would help.
That's a fine, but in a social situation with other people. Yeah. But anyway, that was just a small one, all right?
Okay.
Hit me with another one.
Very simple in many ways, like yours, to be honest. Yeah. Kill a man? Just kill someone?
Kill a man. Kill a man would definitely stop a birthday party.
I mean, it would. Look,
it's a crime scene now.
Look, no one's leaving a playmplaylist on and partying when someone's just died.
No, that's true.
And look, this one's quite good because in many ways you can. How does one kill a person?
Yeah.
There's so many ways to do it.
So this is what I was going to say, is that depending on the way that this is happening at the party, you've not only ruined the party, you've ruined the lives of everyone there, because
someone's not going
trauma.
Home.
Firstly, someone's life is ending, so they're not going to have a good life anymore. But secondly, if you're right, so if that killing is just straight up in front of everyone, it's not behind closed doors, it's not let's go to the bedroom, bam, 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 you're dead, in front of everyone, then let it be known every single person at that party has now got PTSD. You're dealing with death.
I don't think you do it public. Like, surely the best way, and look, I just really want to reiterate, I don't want to kill a person.
This definitely sounds like you've contemplated this before.
Contemplating it right now, Nick.
Oh.
But look, you'd kill someone secretly.
Yeah.
And then you'd let the rest of the party go.
So it would.
You'd make an exit out the back door.
What if? Yeah. And this is actually such a big. This is a fatal flaw in your logic that I know you won't have thought.
Is it? What if you don't want to kill another human being?
Well, but mainly, what if the birthday party is a murder mystery party?
Holy shit!
No one would know until afterwards. Like
You'd have to just be like, look, I'm giving myself in, but I've actually killed someone.
Yeah, I suppose.
This isn't a part of the game. I've killed someone.
Yeah, but then the shock of the murder would have been, I'm not saying lessened completely, but the immediate, oh my God, someone's dead. You'd be like, fucking sick. This is the best murder mystery party I've ever been to.
Yeah, you might in many ways make it a better party.
Yeah, it might actually amp up the
okay, you know what, look, as I think about it, look, there's just far too many factors on that one that just don't make it that reliable a way. Look, firstly, I don't want to kill.
No.
Secondly, I could make it a better party depending on who's there.
Also depending on who you kill. What if everyone hates the person whose birthday it is?
Yeah, well, I can't imagine it would be a situation where you're like, oh, Cindy that we all don't like's dead. Everyone's like, more balloons and poppers come out.
Cindy's like, dead.
We don't stop partying until we hit the floor.
That would be a wild party, and I don't know if anyone there would have the right sort of moral compass to be continuing with life in a sane
a party of lunatics, my friend. It's not worth saving that party to begin with. It's already broken.
This is a